So something really interesting happened in the independent online, YouTube sphere. I don't know how independent some of these are, but Steven Crowder of Louder with Crowder sent out a tweet saying, "Today, Louder with Crowder passes TYT as the biggest independent online news slash commentary channel on YouTube. And we did it all without millions in foreign funding. I will retire my Cenk impression and costume in the middle of the studio forever, 10 a.m. ET." Now, I don't know where Steven Crowder got all of his funding from. He certainly got funding from some big donors for sure. Ben Shapiro started up his Daily Wire with Wilkes Brothers money. Those are like some billionaires. I forgot what they got rich off of. I think it was fracking. So I'm sure Steven Crowder did the same thing. It's very typical of conservative outlets. Now, it was clear that Steven Crowder was eventually going to pass TYT like 2 years ago, or at least I knew it. The way that the trends were going, it was pretty obvious TYT was going to get passed because TYT just simply wasn't doing as many numbers as Steven Crowder was in terms of subscriber count. So it was inevitable that that they were going to get passed by Steven Crowder. I'm surprised they even stood this long. Honestly, I thought Steven Crowder was going to take it over a while ago. Cenk Uygur responded saying, "One, ironically, conservative media are the only ones who acknowledge TYT as the largest independent media outlet. Two, you have 1.2 billion views. That's cute. We have 5.1 billion. That's one channel. TYT Network has 20 million subs and 15 billion views. Four, we know how to spell independent." So, when he says the 20 million subs, I don't know where he gets that number from. Even if you were to add up literally everything, I don't understand how you get to 20 million. Even if you were to add paid subscribers, I don't really understand how you get there. There's just no way. I don't know where the hell he got this number from. There's definitely bogus. That doesn't make any sense. 15 billion views, that may be accurate, but even that I'm a little skeptical of. He's probably including like paid subscribers in this 20 million subs, but even if you were to add up every single channel, give him every single possible charitable number, I have no idea how you get to 20 million. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So that doesn't make sense. You may say he's including paid subs because Steven Crowder made a comment about millions in foreign funding. So, of course, okay, I get that. But the number still doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. But, interestingly enough, to look at Steven Crowder, and I'm going to basically explain why, it's an interesting case, Is Steven Crowder the biggest online news channel or even commentary channel on YouTube? Is that really what he is? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. So, the thing about Steven Crowder is Steven Crowder even really a news channel? Now, first of all, when you look at these videos, now he seemed to ramp up the content in the past like month or two because it's getting to election season. But like when you go back a couple of months, in some of these months, like this is 3 months ago here, the dude posted like 6 videos in an entire month. I guess maybe he went on a break or something. But in a lot of these months, he's not really uploading all that much. He's uploading maybe 10, 15 videos per month. They're long, like hour and a half, hour long videos. But then you see a lot of these are, change my mind segments, why do you think it is that Steven Crowder is the biggest sub count right now in quote online media? What do you think it is? There's one thing, okay, and it's obvious. I just said it. It's changed my mind. Okay, this is a series that has been incredibly popular for Steven Crowder. It's such a popular thing. It spawned its own memes. Other people copied it themselves. There's other people who are setting up, stands now saying blank take, change my mind. It became a really popular thing. And so to Steven Crowder's credit, it's not like he came up with the original concept, but he did kind of put his own flair on it that made it really popular. There's no denying that, People are recreating it. Even like celebrities and stuff I've seen, like recreating it. People copied the shit out of it, right? It became its own life. It became its own thing. There was a whole meme thing on it. It became incredibly popular. But are Change My Mind segments news segments? Those are debate segments. So what it looks like is he's more of a debate show than anything else. or like a content channel. It's not really news. Um, his biggest video, 38 million views, are only two genders, changed my mind. When you look at these, male privileges and myths, second edition, changed my mind, 16 million. I'm pro gun, second edition, changed my mind, 20 million. SJW feminist festival crash by Crowder and underwear, really weird stuff Steven Crowder does, man. Male privileges and myth, 14 million views, all this stuff. And a lot of these are just like trolling videos where he finds an excuse to dress up as a woman. I'm sure there's something going on there. This is not news. Like, this is not really news content. This is more like doing something that you think is, quote, comedy, or you're doing change my mind segments. This channel would be nowhere near what it's at without the change my mind segments. So I don't really count Steven Crowder as a news channel, especially if you're trying to say that, he's the biggest one, because basically his popularity and his success of his channel, the extreme success that he has had, it comes from what? It comes from Change My Mind. And so when you're talking about where is he getting all these subscribers from, right? Dude, the thing you have to understand is, man, the biggest source of subscribers is a viral video. Okay, that's what it is. For a couple of reasons. Obviously, it gets a lot of views. But what that big video indicates, the high view count indicates, that video is reaching out to channels that are not already subscribed to your channel, right? So that's why whenever you see a channel and you're like, man, where did this growth come from? It's kind of rare that it's like consistent growth of like little bits off of each video. It's typically like, oh, this person had this many huge videos that sort of are unique and delineate from the typical view count of a typical video. So when you look at a typical Steven Crowder hour-long video that he posts, it rarely cracks over like 700,000, right? Now, in these Change My Mind segments, it's like 10 million, 20, 30 million. Think about how many subscribers he got from those videos. An insane amount, right? And then, like, him dressing up as a woman or whatever to go crash, have some fun, crash a feminist thing or whatever. Those videos get him a lot of subscribers. So if all of your most popular videos are pranks or Change My Mind segments, how are you even a news channel? Like, that's what I'm really confused about. How do you consider yourself a news channel? You're not really doing news. You're more doing, what you view to be like satirical content or like a debate show. So I don't really think that counts as being like the most popular, quote, news show. He barely even uploads videos, period. He does his hour-long segments, uploads, 5, 6, maybe 10, 12 videos, per month. And, he's able to do that because the Change My Mind segments are boosting him so much. He's probably like, why do I even want to do this? I could just sit back, let my Change My Mind segments grow. Let me do my Change My Mind segments, Let me just make sure I don't do it, with somebody who can beat me like Sam Cedar. He ran away from that guy in his socialism is evil debate. But that's kind of why it doesn't count. Now, this is sort of a smart capitalization on a sort of form of content that was already popular before Steven Crowder did it. So the sort of origins behind the Change My Mind concept is not new at all. Conservatives have been doing this for a long time. It's very common, even for other lefties or whatever, going to college schools and, doing, quote, debates where it's not even really a debate with like a college student, and then posting a video, Ben Shapiro owns liberal college student or whatever. Those were incredibly popular years ago. But Steven Crowder did kind of put his own flair on it, turn it into this Change My Mind thing, and it exploded to something that we've really never seen before in politics, right, in terms of view counts. So he kind of took the Ben Shapiro idea and he sort of turned it into, something really crazy. So, I don't think it really counts personally at all. All your views are coming from Change My Mind segments, other, quote, pranks or whatever. So it's just not, and he barely uploads now. I don't even know what you would call this, but it's certainly not a news channel.